This conference will now be recorded.
So we're going to automate. So these are the scenario and scenario outline. Two scenarios we are taking up, and we can automate them. First, let's prepare the feature file. To prepare the feature file, we need some website, right? So I'm taking. So this is the one our website we are taking, and here is that. So the login. So login scenario. First, I launch the browser, then enter this URL, open this URL, then type the email and password, click on login button. Once you click on login button, the page title will be changed from your store login is the current page title. From there it will change to new page title. So now you'll get a dashboard. Nope Commerce is the page title. Okay, so that is the one. And then I want to log out from here. This is the one simple use case we are automating. And then I will do a data driven testing. Like first I'll give a valid username and password. Then second time I'll give invalid username and password. So if you give invalid, you will get an error message here. So you can see here, you will get an error message. So login was unsuccessful. Please correct the errors and try again. No customer account found. So this is the URL. Error message we have to validate. So these are the points we need to write it in a proper way in the feature file. And how to write all this feature file? Just so I'm removing the tags here. Now I'm not taking any tags. So if you want like this, you can add a grouping. Grouping can be done with the tag. So tag 1, tag 2, all these things. Now first, you have to write your feature name. What is the feature? So the feature is login feature, right? This is the login feature. Just give title of the feature is login feature. And I can give any description if you want, otherwise leave it. Then, so what is the scenario? So successful login with valid credentials we'll do first. Scenario is successful login with valid credentials. Okay, that's the scenario name. Given. So given is user launches the Chrome browser, or I want to open a Chrome browser. It's up to you how you want to write the steps. Or I want to open a Chrome browser. It's a precondition, just right. I want to open Chrome browser. Let's just launches the Chrome browser also, you can see. Then second step, I don't have any precondition here, second precondition, so I'm removing this. So next, when user opens the URL, user opens URL, to give the URL. So what is the URL? The URL is this one. So that's the URL we open. But this when after we have and. So one more action. So one more action is I want to do next. So we need to type, right? Enter the email as a, so what we are entering, user enters email as, so that email we give. So what is the email? This is the email we are giving. So this is one. I'm hard coding here. And password as the password you give. Copy from here. Okay, that is a one step. Next step, what we are going to do next, and you're going to click on the login button, right? So click on login button. So click on login button. So that's the next. See that multiple and conditions. This is the one, and this is the, I'll give here also calculator. We follow this. I need, and then see this and is multiple actions are going to join with and when keyword. That's why I'm writing multiple and keywords. Then, so once you click on login button, what will happen? Then page title. You have to see the page title. Page title should be what is the page title? If you go to next page, right? After login, what is the page title? So that page title you can paste it here. Click on and take this page title. I can just right click, inspect it. Go to head tag, look for the title tag. So this is the title. Copy and paste it here. So then we need to do logout also, right? So logout step also will write. And user next, so action, right? Action means which keyword we need to use? When keyword. So when user clicks on the logout link. So here you have logout link, this logout link, okay? So logout link. So once you click on logout link, what is happening? Then you have to verify the page title. So page title should be so keep this all same. Page title should be, so that we won't get any problem. So you log out. What is the page title? You see that. See your store login. So that you copy it. Your store login is the page title. Then so and so the same and play then and I am writing. Close the browser. Close the browser. So this is the same thing. So this is how we are going to write the features scenarios. And here scenario outline, I'm just doing a data driven testing, login data driven testing. So we are doing login data driven testing. We are doing scenario outline. I told you. So it is used to do a data driven testing. So my scenario outline is login data driven test. Login. So data driven test. Login data driven test. Next. Remaining, these are all same steps here also will come. But extra what will come is you will just use a placeholders wherever username and passwords are there. That's it. Other than that, nothing. Remaining are as it is. The code is as the steps are as it is. So wherever you want to enter username, so this you will put in the curly this angular braces. In between angular braces, we can place that the input data. So what is the input data in our login? Email password. These two, right? Email password is the input data. So remaining everything same. I'll just copy paste this. Then what I'm going to do, I'll put a placeholders. So where is the placeholders? And this is the placeholders. Here. We need to remove here because this is the area you are going to give email and password. Put here and give the parameter name. What is the parameter name? So I can give email, and this one is the password. What is the? You can give password. Same name you have to give. Okay. So whatever you have given here also. So the placeholders, and this one, this parameter names will come here. Email and password. So remove these things. So we don't want these things. Just remove, and you pass the values now. So what are the values we are giving? So email value first, you give the email value, that is valid value will give first. This is the one. We can push this like this. Same second one also will just change here like this. And here I'm going to give admin, right? So admin. And then second one is admin123. So wrong username password we are providing. That's what we are checking. Yes. So this is how we need to prepare a test data. So that in the Selenium we have given test data in the either data provider annotation or in the Excel sheet we provided, right? Here we are giving the examples section. So every scenario outline must be followed by example section. Make sure it is same thing we are doing. Again, so no variations. Okay. Now, so the feature files you will prepare like this. This is how you will prepare a feature files. Now I'll prepare a page objects. So page objects, one package I'll create. So let's create a page objects. So one package, all my page elements I'll identify under this page objects class. I'll create one more step definition. What is the next one? Next package, I'll give step underscore def. And next one, I'll give test runner. Next package. So multiple components I'm creating, and that is test runner. Test runner component I have created. Now under page objects, I'll create a page class. So what is the page class we need to create? Login page, right? So just create a normal Java class, a page class, that is login page. And you can define the elements using a page factory. So you know page factory, how we can create just let me create one constructor. Source, and we have generate constructor with using generate constructor. You can generate the constructor also like this. You don't need to write, just right click and you can generate the constructor, but you have to put right place here cursor, and there you can source and generate the constructor. So with a WebDriver field, so we need to first create the field. So WebDriver field we need to create. If you create a fields, then you can generate easily. So public, because we need a WebDriver here, that's why I'm taking here WebDriver and import this WebDriver. And you can ask now, right click, create a constructor using fields. See that using driver we are creating, it will create the constructor like this. So if you want, you can create a constructor like this also. But this one, okay, this is the fine. This dot driver, but super we don't have anything. This you can remove that. We don't want that. This dot driver equal to driver, right? Now page factory. We are using page factory to design the web elements. That's the easy one, and it will help us very nicely. And we don't need to write a multiple lines of code, a bigger code. So this piece I'm automating. I'm initializing this page objects. That's why this keyword we are using. The first one is, this is the first one, right? Email. Right click, relative XPath I'll take, whatever it is you want XPath. We have ID, so directly you can take ID. No need to go and take XPath, but I'll take ID. Where is this ID? This is the ID. So I can write @ find by ID equal to ID value. So then private web element email edit box. Okay, import this web element and find by annotations from org.openkey.support, and just do the same few more elements. What we need for password, we need one, and login button we need one, and logout button, logout link one more we need. Password edit box. Password edit box is the login button. Login button, and this is the logout link. logout link. So these are 4 elements we need, and this password edit box we can identify either with name. I'll take a name, okay? Because the previous one we have taken ID. Here you can take a name. So name equal to name value. And here, so the login button. Login. So this is the button. Class you have type value. You can write XPath also with the type and value. I'll write XPath. Okay. So let me write XPath with this type and value. I'll write XPath. XPath. So double forward slash. What is the tag name? Input. If you don't know, you put a star. Square bracket @ type equal to submit and @value equal to the value. So that's how we can write XPath. And next one is you just log in and get the logout address. You can get the logout address. It's a link, I think. Yeah. So it is a link. You can say simply logout link text. You can say link text. So I can put so link text. This one logout. So these are the elements we have defined. Then we need to write the respective methods, right? So we'll write the respective methods. What are the methods we need? I'll write independent methods, all public. So void set username or set email, whatever it is, setter methods, and string the username. You can write all the methods. So first one is you can clear the content, right? Clear the content and email edit box dot clear. And type it. Send keys the username. Same way, you can even if you want, you can set a setter method for the password also. Similar, almost similar, right? Let's do that. You can finish set password. String password. Password. Next. So we need to write a click syntax, right? Click on login button. So next method we need to write click on login button. So write the click method. Click on login button, click on this logout link. So one method public void click login button. You can just do that login button dot click. So very simple thing we are doing here. Not effectively, you can take a logger, okay. Then you can use all the statements. And I'm creating logout link, right? Logout link, logout. Click logout link. So logout link dot click method. So this is how we develop. And we need one more method here. I want to check a particular element is present. Is element present method we have already in the our this WebDriver, but let's write here. So I'll just give you how to write this a simple method. I want to return a boolean value whether element is present or not. Public, so boolean is element present. So I want to give for this WebDriver driver and by class. So you import by class from org.openkey.selenium package. Then so we'll return the value. So I'll first put some implicit weight driver dot manage method dot timeouts method dot implicitly weight. First I'm waiting for the element basically some time. So we'll give 10 seconds. Time unit dot seconds. Then so just use try catch blocks here. If the element is not there, then it will be, so I need to return that a true or false. And then by if the element is there, return true. Okay. So then in the catch block, just put a catch block. In the catch block, else, so the it's like element is not there, it will go to catch block, right? Just put exception E, and you can put return false. So, and this is the code we are going to write. And finally, you can add if you want. But here we can add initially something, and then you can basically it has to return for us either true, return true or false. So that's what we are doing here. Okay, now so let's finish it. Now we defined the feature file login page. Next step definition. So this step definition is login step definition. So I'll create a class login step definition, and one by one how to implement this feature I'll show you. So let's go create a new class login step definition. It's a plain class you are creating. Okay. Now here, so what we need to do, first we need to create a object for login page. You need to create object for login page. That we can do with all these annotations. Every Gherkin keyword is the annotation here. So we'll define some of the, okay, cursor is on the top. Let's bring the cursor here. First, I want few variables. What are the variables we need? And public, so WebDriver, driver one variable. Okay. Next, I want, if you want to take WebDriver weight, public, so WebDriver weight, so weight you can take. And second one, just import these things first. Import WebDriver and WebDriver weight. Then I want login page also, right? And public, so login page, so LP, just taking global variables so that I can use in all the methods. That's the intention, taking global variables. Now, how to implement? Let me show you. So go to this this feature file, copy this entire thing. Okay, copy this entire thing and come here, put @ paste it. So then after given keyword, put a parenthesis. Okay, it's coming outside. So after given keyword, put a parenthesis. Okay, and then double quotes and close this. End the double quotes. Close this. So this is the how we are going to map the exact. Then write a method, Java method, public, so void, and this exactly you can join with underscores. I want join with underscores. So each word you join with underscore. Okay, and then write a method like this. Now import this given keyword. This is the mapping. Every step you have to map with the feature file. If it is not mapping, it won't work out. So you have to map. Now write the code for this. I want to open Chrome browser. So we can open the Chrome browser. So, and you know all the Chrome browser launching code, right? Let me take from one of the latest Chrome browser.exe. So this is the one. So WebDriver wait, and this is the one. Let's just copy paste here. Because we know we should not use WebDriver here because it's a global variable we defined, and that's what we are doing. And same thing, I will just launch it here browser, right? That's it. Then I need to create this object also, login page objects also. So create login page object also. So LP equal to new login page. So you need to pass the driver, right? So driver is the so there is a constructor. That constructor we are using. That's our first step development. So for this step, the respective Selenium code you are writing here. That's it. Okay, is it clear? So any doubts here? Now same you do for the second step. What is the second step? First step is done. I'm going for the second step. Not the one, right? Yeah, second step. So you go to second step. What is our second step? User opens the URL. So take this, but this one you don't take. That URL you don't take. I'll give you, but copy first. Okay, copy and copy enter thing. So I'll tell you what you need to do. Copy this enter thing. That string we need to put in the separate annotation. Again another annotation. Put @ and then here you start with the double quotes. Move it. So whatever is there in this double quote that you replace, put in the curly braces region, and here you write string, then close this. So this is what we need to do. And here why it is coming double quotes. Okay, this double quotes you don't need. If you put in a string, you don't need the double quotes. So this double quote starts here and ends here. So what we did, this entire thing we are putting in a curly braces string, one variable. So that's it. And then write a method, public void user opens URL. That's it. Now here you can give the title, right? This is the URL, right? This is the URL. You are opening the URL, so that you can take string URL as the parameter. String URL. Now import this when keyword also. Same way you need to import how we imported the given also. Now how to open the URL? You know, right? How to open the URL. So driver dot get off. So URL. So that's it. That's the second step implementation. Next, what is the third step? Third step is unrelated only. Third step is unrelated only. When related, this one. This is the when related. Right? This is the when related. So what we need to do? Same, you have to put a when only. You should not write a and. But copy this entire line. Copy this entire line. User enters. But in place of and, you have to put when. But anyhow, just copy this entire thing. I'll tell you. So what I told you, whichever is in the double quotes, in the double quotes place, you have to put a string in curly braces. So just copy first, and then next you have to write at the rate symbol. In the at the rate and place, you just put when bracket double quotes. User enters email as, and remove this entire thing. Put in curly braces, just a string in lowercase. Same password also. Just put a string, and that's what we need to do. Same you can do, create a method, a Java method, plain Java method you create, and these parameters you give it here. So these parameters you give. So what is that parameters? Write the method public void and user underscore enters email as and password as. So write like this, and string. So you give the parameters, string email, cover, string, just give a password. Okay, so this is how we need to define the each step, and automatically it will take. Now, so you know, right, login page, we already defined this set username, set password. It's called lp dot set username. So you can set the email. Then second step, lp dot set password, the password. So that's it. These are the two steps only you need to write. You should not write more than that, right? Then what is the next step? What is the next step? Copy this. Click on login button. But this click also belongs to when. At the rate when, you can just put it here. So I can remove these spaces, and I am removing. That's it. So then put a public void. Just write this quickly. The step name is your method name. Step name is your method name, and then place that. So you can join with underscore. So don't forget to join with underscore. Join with underscore. Okay. Now just call clip lp dot, click on login button. Done. That step also. Every step you are going to define here. That's what we need to do. So then so then we are developing. We are developing now. Then keyword. So this is the, are you clear how we are developing? Now write then. So copy this entire thing. Copy this entire thing. So next, at the rate, then parenthesis, double quotes. So this one we need to put in the curly braces. Just put a string. That's it. And then bracket close. So public provide page title should be, just copy this. That's your method name, or you can give a different name also. So don't worry, you have to give same name, not necessary. So your method name could be anything, but relevant method name you give. Make sure you give relevant method name title. So that's my thing. I'll implement a code here. See, here we have a two things. Import the then also. Here, two titles we need to verify. This is the one title and this is another title. So for these two, I am writing only one method only. Both are then only, right? So that's why whenever whichever title is coming, I need to validate. If this title comes, your login is successful. And then this title you have to validate also. So that we need to write. So how to write that code is very, very important here. That's what we need to write a simple code for this. First, how to validate that code, right? To validate that code, first check if the first login was unsuccessful is there, then your store login will be there, right? Your store login will be there. So that we need to validate. So that is going to be written here. So if that page source, I'm going to use the page source. So driver dot get page source contains right, contains. So which one login was unsuccessful is there, right? When we are giving invalid data. So even when you give invalid data, you are getting a login was unsuccessful. That means you are in the same page title. So if you give invalid, click on this. I'm just checking this part. This part I'm checking. If this is there, that means you are in the same page. What is this? Okay, to place this there. Then you can verify the same page title. The page title, what is that? Your store login will be there. So that we need to verify. So wait until first wait for this. So wait until expected conditions. That title contains the title you give. Just mention the your store login. So we can copy from here. Okay. So then you can say here asset dot asset true false. You can make it. You can make it a false, right? That means test case I'm making fail. So test case is failed. Asset true. You can just write false so that it will fail. The wrong one imported. Wrong one imported. So we'll import the correct one. Asset arg.jnet. That is arg.jnet. Okay. So that's the assertion also. We did that, but else part we need to write it. The main thing we have to validate. That validation we have to write in the else part. So what we need to write, that page title you can assert that page title. Else else part. Else you can say simply assert dot assert equals. So that title, give the title. This is what I'm expecting, and actually is let the application get that. So this is the how you can develop validating a single step in both. Now, so done. Next one is what is the next step? So you need to click on the logout link. This is the one, right? Click on logout link. So two steps we covered in a single definition. That's where we can finish it if titles are there like this. So right, so public void, just write this step. Clicks on logout link. That's it. So please understand here what we are doing. Every step exactly same. Even letters also should be same. If it is a different, it won't work. So that's why you have to be very careful while copy paste. Don't write, always copy paste. So that will help you to avoid the errors. And if you are not doing that, it will result in errors for you. Okay. Now, the last step. What is the last step? Close the browser, right? So this step, and this belongs to then only, then related, so right, and then after under. So we have to put at the rate. So then we can put this one. Close the browser. Finish it. Public void close the browser. You can write that code. So what I'm going to do, I'll just put some wait time, okay, so that I'll put it in the try catch finally block this one. Let me write red dot sleep. Just put 2 seconds or 1 second also fine. I just want 1 second I'm putting. Why I'm writing here is finally block I want surround with a try catch block. Ask it surround with a try catch block. So then finally, so driver dot close method. So that definitely this driver dot close will execute. So that's the complete code development. And you see you are covering same step here also, right, in the scenario outline. And if a different step you have to write a so different no the so step you need to develop, but it's almost similar. Only here placeholders, the username password you are passing here. So that is doing a data driven testing. So that's how we need to develop. Then test runner. We need to create a one more test runner class. So to specify this feature file location and step definition file location. So test runner. So I'll just copy quickly from here. We don't want waste time. So let me take quickly from test runner, and this the things, all these import statements. So I'll explain you. Quickly, we are running out of time. So that's why I'm just, but we need to change this path. So what is the path? This a feature file path we need, a feature folder path. Just give the this one feature. Till feature only I'm giving, so that I can understand my, this is my feature. So right, let me expand this so that you can clearly see this. @run with cucumber dot class. From this cucumber class, I'm asking run your JUnit test case. @cucumber options, I told you it's all the properties you are setting up. Features, the feature file, location, then glue, step_def. You can see this is step_def, right? This step_def is the package name. So that I'm specifying, and put a comma every right parameter after, put a separate with a comma if you want to write one more parameter. Plugin pretty HTML report. I want HTML report under target folder. This is the target folder, and report.html. JSON output, one folder will create cucumber.json. JUnit, so report will generate under JUnit_XML with the cucumber.xml report. Dry run false. So it will check the mapping between feature and step definition is proper or not. Any step is mismatch is there, that will check by this dry run. So monochrome, so your console output will display in proper format. That's what this cucumber options. Now let's run this. Right click, run as JUnit test. So failed. The reason. What is the reason? Undefined step definition. See that user launches the Chrome browser. Oh, but here we are. So what is this? I want to open Chrome browser. That's what this, right? So I want to open Chrome browser. Is the correct? Why it is showing this? Oh, oops. Why it is coming? So we copied this one, right? The path is wrong. This is the path, but a different feature path we have given. That's why it is failing. See, that is a November path is there. We copied, right? We copied here and another one. Might be wrong place we copied. Right. Now run this. Like that, if it is not matching, it will complain. Now say it is going. Successful login with valid credentials, each step, and then that respective method in the step definition. So it is first scenario is done. It will close the browser. So done. First scenario is done. Scenario outline. Now it is going for scenario outline. First successful login, right? That's giving a valid username password. That's the first one. And second one, so logged in, So launching the browser, invalid. That login was unsuccessful. So this is just looking for that. And we can make a failure also if you want test case. If you don't want, no, make it failure, you can remove this assertion, then it will work out. Your step will be passed. See that this last one failed, assertion error. So we made it a fail, right? That's why it is showing, right? Assertion error, it will show. So that each step name, that respective step definition method, each step name. So it will get a nice, description here. That's the advantage. You can see here they are giving some resource, Cucumber properties, publish enabled. If you want a report also, publish true. Environment variables you can take, but they are giving some suggestions. It's up to you. Cucumber, publish, quite true. So these are the new properties they are giving. And okay, now where can I see reports? Let me show you quickly and refresh. We have given reports, right? JUnit report and HTML report, right? Go to target first. So this one under target, my HTML report is there. Report.html. Just right click, properties, copy this file. Now see how beautiful it is going to give step by step. Step by step status you will get. So this is how the report is. Step, pass, every step. So what is the difference between Selenium and this one? Here, see that execution summary. Passed two scenarios, failed one scenario, and all this information about your system. But here, each scenario, step-wise status you will get here. That's the difference between Selenium and this. Their test case wise you are getting. Here, step-wise you are getting each step is passed or failed. And here, see that this step is failed. That's why it is not showing error. So the first one is passed. The examples section, first is passed, second one is failed. So that's the assertion error. Okay, so that is the thing. But you can make it unsuccessfully you validated, right? We can make it a accepted true as a. So you don't need to write accepted true here. If you don't want failure, that's fine. It is validating. It is validating. Login was unsuccessful. Then the title is there. Then you don't want this comment out, but as case that also will pass. Okay. So this is how you can see the reports. That's a one report, right? Let me show you other two reports. See that it's an output, JUnit XML. Let's see JUnit XML, how beautiful it is. Each step there also it will show pass, failed, step-wise status you will get here. That's the advantage with Cucumber. So it is giving inbuilt automatically. See that test suite, JUnit formatter. Okay, test case, class name, login feature, scenario name, successful login with variety credentials is the scenario name. And first scenario, given I want to open browser, passed. When user opens the URL, passed. And user enters email as a, so this one, and password as a passed. And click on login button, passed. Then page title should be passed. So passed. So like this, you will get each one. Next, second test case. So class name, login feature, name, login data driven test. First test is all passed. First test all passed. You can see that passed. Second test you can see. So this step is passed. Second step also passed. Third step passed. Login button passed. Then page title should be failed. So when user clicks logout is skipped. Then other ones are skipped. So this failed. The failed reason you can see here. Assertion failed. Assertion error. You'll get a exception also in the same and the report. That's the advantage with this Cucumber. And one more report. See, JSON format, the report you will get. So cucumber.json. These are the 3 reports you will get for the Cucumber by default. So this is that scenario name, successful login with added credentials. ID, login feature, successful login with this, and a keyword, scenario keyword, and step name. Step is status is passed. Name is I want to open Chrome browser. That's it. A keyword you have used, given keyword. Result is passed. The next step. So like this, all the steps you can see here. So step 2, user enters email and password. The step is passed. And keyword we used. So next click login button is also passed and passed. So like this, you will get a username and password, and where it failed, it will come to that last, right? It failed here. So here is the error message. So step is failed. You can see step is failed. Get here somewhere. Result failed. Result status failed. So this is how you can see the reports. That's all about Cucumber. If you want any one more class doubt session, we can connect on Monday. My Monday we can connect and we can close this.